and we slide on in on Monday, like so. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Talking Trends for Monday, March 26, 2018.
26. Oh, it's almost that spring. I can smell it, baby. I smell it in the air.
It's amazing.
April is right over and around.
Can almost touch
corner.
it.
Yeah, I can almost touch it.
It's like right there.
The flowers are coming. They blooming.
They are blooming.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Talking Trends. We really appreciate your time.
Much love.
For those joining us for the first time, me and Tony bring in the interesting news stories from across the globe into the comforts of your house or wherever you're hearing this. And since this is live, unlike a lot of other podcasts, we want to hear your comments and opinions too.
Yeah.
How was your weekend, sir?
It's a good weekend.
Yeah.
Relaxing.
Nice.
I got a lot of stuff. I had a lot of house stuff to do, man, you know?
Nothing wrong with getting house stuff done.
I wasn't baking cakes or nothing, like some people were.
Listen,
but
I was trying to get on your level.
Yeah.
I realize how hard baking cakes is.
Dude, it's not easy, right?
Listen, ladies and gentlemen,
check out the final product here. It's nice enough to bring me in a delicious, look at that. That is gorgeous.
Hey.
And we will taste it. And I think it's going to taste, it looks good.
It's not too bad. I had a couple pieces myself
I saw that
last night on my Instagram story. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you can probably catch a little bit of the story right now on my Instagram.
You have like 30 story bits in that.
It was a long story.
It takes longer than you think, too.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a pain.
Especially when you're recording it as well. You gotta think like, okay, what do I have to record? Where I got to place the camera, etc.
Did you do a bunch of small ones so you could give them away? Is that why you did that? Okay.
Exactly. I did the small ones so I can give away to people.
You're a giving individual.
I try and give, Tony.
I like that.
I'm a giver. So yeah, I hit up everybody in the day. I was like, hey, listen, if anybody wants a cake that I'm making for the first time on Sunday, I will personally deliver it. And that's what I've been doing today.
Look at that. That's good. That's good service.
Hey, man, I think I'm going to go in business.
You going to do cakes now?
Yeah, tea cakes.
I like it. I like it. I'll be a customer.
All right, sounds good. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a good show for you. As always, I'm going to run down what we're going to be talking about, and then Tony's going to do the Talking Trends roll call.
Yep.
So, without further ado, we're going to be talking about the following stories. For some reason, I can't get off of people punching children in the face.
I don't know how you find these stories, and why are people doing it?
No idea.
It's a new trend.
There's another guy in the States who punched a 5-year-old child in the face for no reason while waiting for the subway.
Oh, boy. I don't get it.
Yeah. Craigslist, popular website for quite some time, now finally taking down the personal section.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Huge.
This weird story coming out of New Zealand. Man says he just got poisoned. The only way to cure the poison is to have sex with me. This is what he said to a woman.
Yeah.
Does the woman have sex with him?
I don't know.
Only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, how many millions would it take for you to quit your job? I guess 3.6 for this certain individual isn't enough. This man, restaurant owner, is going to continue to work his job despite winning the lottery.
Yeah, obviously not enough for him.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
I think that's a good question to sit with until we get to that point in the show.
Absolutely.
Because I just don't know. So, yeah, you want to do the roll call?
Do a little rolly call here. Welcome, everybody. T-Woo in the house.
Shout
Much
out.
appreciated. Ashley, Tracy, Bernie, Mac, Julie, Kelsey, and Joe is in the house. So everyone's in the house. People are still jumping on board. Thank you guys for tuning in as usual. We're also continuing with our march. We're almost done. Our non-swearing challenge here while we're on the show. TK or myself, one of us swears during the show. We have to do 10 push-ups, and we will do that and honor that until the end of the month.
4 days left, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it's going to be so good when that's over.
Yeah.
We're going to be cursing and swearing up a storm.
I can't wait till April.
I know, like the first day is just going to be cursing.
Right?
Just the whole
Just get
episode.
it out.
Yeah,
just
you
get
gotta
out.
do it,
just
man.
get what we would have said in March out in April.
We do a lot of swearing before and after the show.
Yeah.
Because obviously we can't do it during. It's not good.
It's built up.
It's Sailor City.
Exactly.
It's not good.
Also, today in history, ladies and gentlemen, Monday, March 26th, Shouts out to Leonard Nimoy. Happy birthday. Rest in peace to Spock, the
Happy
original.
birthday, yeah.
And Mike Tyson got sentenced for his rape conviction in 1992.
Ooh.
He got 6 years in prison for the rape accusation from Miss Black American contestant Desiree Washington.
Which I forgot there was a Miss Black America.
I didn't know.
I don't know that there still is.
I'm not sure. Ladies and gentlemen, is there still a Miss Black America beauty pageant?
We must know.
We must know.
Yep.
I must tune in.
Yeah, and I was just saying, I felt like a light sentence. We were talking about that before.
Yeah,
He
6
got
years.
money.
6 years for a rape is a light sentence, I think.
And he was at the top of his game at that point.
Yeah.
And money can cut down your time,
This is
as
true.
we've proven, I think, time and time again on this show.
This is very true.
No doubt.
Up first, ladies and gentlemen, this weird story from America.
America.
New York City.
New York.
City of Dreams. Police are hunting for a man who approached a 5-year-old boy riding the New York City subway and punched him in the face while the mother was standing right next to him.
I shouldn't be laughing. That's
It's
not good.
Well, I mean, comedically, it is kind of funny.
It's gold.
But in reality, it's just like I don't think that would be nice to happen
No,
to
absolutely
my
not.
kid.
No.
The man, identified as Ramon Thomas, 25, was on the G train just before 4:30 p.m. Saturday when he attacked the boy who was standing next to his mother, police said. The man then, on top of the punch, he taunted the child before fleeing on the train when the doors opened. It's unclear what provoked the attack.
Yeah.
Police sources told the New York Daily Times the attacker yelled at the boy, "Are you going to cry to your mama?" So the boy ended up suffering bruising and swelling on the left side of his face. He was taken to the hospital, treated for his injuries, and later released. Thomas was described as 6 feet tall, 180 pounds, brown eyes, black hair. Kind of sounds like me.
Were you in New York recently?
Yeah.
Where were you?
Yeah.
Where were you really this weekend? Because I want to know. Inquiring minds need to know.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I swear to
Baking cakes and punching kids.
Yeah, exactly. I was, two different ends of the spectrum. Baking cakes on Sunday, punching kids on Saturday.
You got to do everything, right?
Here's the thing I find really interesting about this story.
Right.
The man's been identified, so I don't understand how they haven't found him yet.
They know who he is.
It just said the man identified as Ramon Thomas. It has his. I just put his picture up, and for some reason, I suppose he's just, I don't know, hiding out. He knows he probably did something wrong, such as, punching a 5-year-old child in the face.
Yeah, but how did they find out who he was? How did they know
that's what
the
I don't
identity
know.
of the guy? Maybe somebody recognized him or something?
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of information missing from this story.
No last known address? No. Where are the investigators in this situation? I would assume that the NYPD has some decent resources to be able to track that, especially if you have a picture and they know who he is.
Listen, there's been quite a lot of negative attention towards the NYPD as of lately. So, I mean, for them not to find this identified man, honestly now, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So they still can't find him. He's at large.
He's at large, as the saying goes.
Ashley says kids can be, I don't want to say the word, it's a D word sometimes too. So
is it a 4-letter D word?
It is a 4-letter D word.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Penis.
There you go.
That's not a curse word.
Kids can be penises
kids
too.
Kids can be little penises as well, or big penises. True story, I would assume. Kids can be, very difficult sometimes. What would push a man to punch the kid? I don't know. I mean, sometimes you feel like you want to punch a kid, but then you don't.
Yeah.
So Ramon went over the line. He crossed the line and he punched the kid.
Unfortunately,
that's not good. I wonder what kind of sentence you get for punching a kid.
I don't know.
Oh man, they gotta catch this. Just catch the guy. You know who he is.
I know. That's the part I don't get.
Listen, me and you go to New York
and find this guy.
We'll find the guy.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. TK and Tony on the case.
We'll be like, what's the cop? That old '80s cop show.
TJ Hooker? No. Sorry.
The one, with the car. I forget it.
The one with the car. All the cars.
Starsky and Hutch.
There we go.
They always had the cool fancy. I forget it.
Fair enough.
I don't know what's going on.
That was set in Miami.
No, that was Miami Vice.
There we could be Miami Vice. I think that's more your style.
Tubbs and what was it? Crockett and Tubbs.
I don't know.
Yeah, that is more my style.
Yeah.
I don't know. We can grit it up in New York. We can do some different things.
Okay.
Kelsey also says kids can be jerks, but you don't actually hit them. Agreed. You don't cross the line.
Maybe give him a little shove.
Maybe the guy will. Yeah. Well, no, I don't know if you could do that.
Okay, sorry.
No, I don't want to say that. But the guy doesn't even. I mean, the guy maybe he's got some mental issues.
That's what I'm thinking
You
too.
know.
There's probably, I don't know, was he on some sort of drug at the moment? Was he drunk? Does he have a mental issue? Was it a combination of everything?
And also, man, you're on a subway. Like, there's a lot of people on a New York subway.
And that's another thing I was thinking. Like,
Right?
no one else saw this. No
Yeah.
one, and decided just to stand around and watch a grown man punch a 5-year-old kid in the face.
Yeah, like grab the guy, stop him from escaping, like something. I mean, there's enough people on a subway. New York is a cold place, but it ain't that cold.
It is this year.
Ooh,
Unbelievable.
cold, chilly.
Well, maybe we'll try to follow up if this guy actually gets caught. I'll see if I can stay up with this story.
Ashley says maybe just clothesline him, not punch. We're not trying to discuss different wrestling techniques that we could use on these children. None of it is acceptable, people. But I like where you're going with that. Just close.
All right.
Okay.
Up next,
Yeah.
Craigslist.
Yeah. A very popular site for purchasing things and selling things, and a very popular personal ad as well. I think that's one of the things that's known for, of course. They're making a progressive move, which I kind of like here. Again, you can find furniture, a roommate on Craigslist, all kinds of things, but ads seeking romance or sexual connections are no longer going to be available. So everyone out there that uses Craigslist, you out of luck. Trust me, I went and checked it today, just for research purposes of
course.
the show.
Of course.
No other reason. And of course, they've taken down the personal section as of Friday for its U.S. site. But I did check the one here, and both of them are down now, as of now. Company says it's made changes because Congress has passed the Flight Online Sex Trafficking Act, meant to crack down on sex trafficking of children. Good cause here. It was approved by a landslide in the Senate earlier this week. And yeah, so as Craigslist wrote, the law seeks to, quote unquote, to subject websites to criminal and civil liability when third parties online personals unlawfully, which sounds like Chinese to me.
Right.
So yeah, they've got it removed from there. I guess it's been anytime you have a site, and they're actually going to be starting targeting other sites like Backpage.com.
I would have thought Backpages would have been the first site. Not that I know anything about it, of course, but
from what we've heard,
from what I've heard,
we don't know.
Off of the dark web.
Yeah, we don't know. Until 2009, Craigslist had a section of a website called Erotic Services where people openly advertised sex. That year, it changed the name to Adult Services and promised stricter screening after a medical student in Boston was accused of killing a woman he met through the site. So Craigslist eventually stopped listing ads as Adult Services in 2010, and then, of course, it became the Personals section.
You would think Craigslist alone would just kind of be like, hey, we're already making like quite enough money off of, selling of furniture, cars, just everything else that's involved with Craigslist. Like, I don't know, like, why even have the trouble of having those sections? Like, why don't you just leave those sections for the other sites that are just solely focused on for dating?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And I think it's good that like the Congress and the voted this down, or voted it up.
Yep.
Passed the bill.
Up or down?
Yeah. I'm glad that this is happening, but
Where's the thing? I think if, like you said, they should probably leave it to some of those websites that are specifically for that purpose.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're drawing traffic to the site. And maybe someone who's looking for a couch may go, maybe I want someone to sit on the couch with me, and go right to the personal section.
Hilarious.
I don't know. But when you drive traffic to a site, as you know, they may be apt to indulge in some of the other sections of the site. So good on them.
Just bought a new bed. Let me venture over to the adult section here.
And that may be the start of their ad. Just bought a new bed. Anybody want to
work it in?
Jump up and down on the bed, or me? I don't know. Anyway, good move on them. Yeah. I think that it's a serious issue, obviously.
For sure.
And it's too easy to do online to lure, God forbid, children, but anybody into that, into that world. And also, we see it all the time. We see these stories about, 16-year-old, 15-year-old, prostitutes that get lured into this, these lives that they're part of, and unfortunately they're usually forced into it. And I think that this type of site and these sections in those sites make it way too easy for predators to take advantage of those situations. So,
and I would assume that these sections have always been closely monitored, I think, but I don't know. I honestly don't know how it works.
I don't know, man. It's I don't know. I mean, I figure that I know that you can, if you go in there and they do have the right to take down certain ads that they deem, and I don't know how they deem or what their rules are.
That's what I mean. I don't know who's the moderator on what actually gets to stay up and what gets to be taken down.
There must be a set of rules somewhere. But if you have a personal section, I mean, how can the rules be that strict anyway? But incidentally, Reddit has also announced policy changes. Another big website. It says it said that the users could not use the site to solicit or facilitate any transactions or gift involving certain goods and services, including firearms, ammunition, and explosives, drugs, paid services including physical, sexual contact, stolen goods, personal information, or falsified official documents. So those are going to be gonzo.
Speaking of all these websites kind of getting rid of things, I think YouTube just kind of passed something recently in relation to guns and like selling and tutorials on guns.
Yeah, I read something on that. That's a good move too, man.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But apparently a lot of they've been popping up on Pornhub. I'm not that I've read.
Where did you hear that?
I've just read this, of course.
You didn't see it on Pornhub. You just read about it.
Our next story.
I went right to the source.
Our next story.
Yeah. Anyway. Good on them.
Ladies and gentlemen, this interesting story from New Zealand takes the cake.
Yummy.
I can't even, like, it's you read the headline and you're like, no, there's no way. So first I'll read the headline. Man tells woman he's poisoned.
Yep.
Will die unless she has sex with him.
Yep.
Let that sink in for a minute. So a Rotorua man has admitted telling a woman he had been forced to drink poison and would die unless she performed certain sexual acts on him within 48 hours. The 24-year-old pleaded guilty at the district court on Friday for sexual connection induced by threat by male assaults female. He will be sentenced on May 25th. So the police summary of the facts states that the man went to the woman's home, red-faced, bent over, holding his ribs. So he's just playing it up right now. He's like, oh my God, my stomach, oh, it hurts. And he told her he'd been beaten up and forced to drink a vial of toxin. Wow. He told her he would die unless he didn't sweat it out within 48 hours. So, like a natural, smart person, she suggested, hey, why don't you go for a run?
That would be the logical choice.
Sweat it out that way.
Yeah.
But he said that wouldn't work as he had to sweat it out in a particular way, quote unquote.
Right.
So he told her there was no antidote as the person who had beat him up was flying overseas. Very outlandish story right now.
Yeah, that's good.
Shortly after, she began getting emails from an unknown email address appearing to verify his story. Again, also weird.
Wow.
The emails instructed her to perform sexual acts on the man 4 times. Very specific. And have sexual intercourse 3 times within the 48-hour period to exhaust the toxin from his system. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot make this up. So the summary said the woman only consented because she believed the man's life was in danger. So she ended up sleeping with the guy.
Of course.
Right?
You got to save him.
You have to save a life.
You got to save his life.
Following this 48 hours, the emails and threats continued. They say people she loved would be hurt if she didn't perform certain sexual acts on the man.
Right.
The kinds of activity included performing the acts 3 to 7 times per day. Like, holy smokes, dude.
Hello.
Or until he fell asleep, as well as allowing the man to film it on his phone. What does that have to do with getting the toxin out?
You had me right to the phone part, man.
There might have been a chance you could have, I was there. Like, maybe I was going to believe you, sir. But then you're like, you know what? the toxin, I got to record it. I got to record you.
For medical purposes.
For medical purposes.
Yeah.
This is the only way the toxin's going to leave my body is if it's got to be recorded on my cell phone.
It has to be there.
So the threat stated if she didn't comply, semi-naked photos of her will be posted on the internet. She was also promised a car and large quantities of money if she did as instructed. So interesting. So continues, the woman began to suspect that it was the man sending the emails as they included spelling mistakes, referred to him by a nickname he only ever called himself, and because he was the only person to benefit.
Right.
You know, so eventually she confronted him and he denied knowledge of the emails. He grabbed her arm, twisted it behind her back, knocked her to the ground. That's when the woman realized the threats were not going to stop, and she confided in a friend who encouraged her to report what had been going on to police. And that ends the story.
Listen, Elisa says, she said that he would make a good sales rep. I'm telling you, the guy can sell obviously anything.
This guy is good.
Eric says, "Wow, this guy should write fantasy novels."
Yeah,
probably a good line of work for him.
Yeah.
Karen says they're both crazy.
That's the thing I did, and here's the line where it said you'd get a car and money for it. Do you think maybe that played into why she slept with him? A little bit.
I mean,
and how about, hey, okay, you don't feel like running?
Yeah.
You should probably go to the hospital.
I mean, yeah. What about the hospital? Like, why would you go there? Go to the ER. You've been poisoned. You obviously had enough time and effort to get to this person's house. Why don't you just go to the hospital, man? Call an ambulance.
If I had a significant other or someone that I was in pain and I said I was been poisoned, the last thing on my mind is to probably have sex or to try and have sex.
Yeah.
If I'm hunched over, grabbing my ribs,
right,
I don't think I'm going to have the endurance or the will to have sex with whomever.
Agreed. Elisa says, Alyssa, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm bad. Sorry. Or call the police.
That too.
How about call the police? How about call anybody in the emergency services realm? That might be a start.
Exactly.
So obviously not real. Bad on her though for following. I mean, come on. Man.
I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, come on.
A piece of me's kind of like.
But what is she gonna do? Like, is there repercussions now? Is she trying to like charge him with something? No. What are you gonna charge him with? Your stupidity?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't get it.
Okay, so
Alyssa says, she also says Elisa also says she must have done all the work. She laughs. Yeah, I mean, he's hunched over. You can't do anything.
Yeah,
she's got to do all the work.
Exactly.
She got to sweat him out,
babe. I am strong enough to record this on my cell phone, though.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just wait.
Hold on a second.
No, not that angle. Not that angle.
Yeah, wait.
Let me get my tripod set up. Get the lighting out and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm doing that stuff. Director comes in. All right, I'll shoot that again. For medical purposes.
Yeah, for medical purposes, of course.
I love that line. That's the best one.
That's amazing.
Well,
you're going to have to sleep with me for medical purposes.
Yes. If you're stupid enough to drum it up. Someone stupid enough to believe it.
I think he could be charged. Well, I think he was charged, but then also there's a thing called, I think, consent by deception. But I mean...
He was charged?
Yeah, he was charged. He's being sentenced in May.
For what?
Oh, man. Do I have to go through this again?
Listen, there should be no charge.
It was the threat
of
and in the emails.
Oh, okay.
He's been charged for the threat in the emails.
The emails I get.
And the assault when he twisted her arm.
The assault, yes, I get. But so not for the actual...
Not the consent.
The venom.
Not the old snake bit my penis trick.
Looks
like you're going to have to suck the venom out.
Yeah, I was saying right before the show, it sounds like something we've seen in a movie or something.
Yeah.
Or a show or something.
Or porn or something.
Well, that would definitely
Not that I've ever seen one of those, of course.
Never partake in these activities that you speak of.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Pornhub. Oh, well. But I agree. For the assault and the emails, yes, absolutely. But
if I were to... I mean, the guy should have... He could have... It's bad for me to say this. He could have probably got away with this if he stopped sending if he didn't even send the emails. I think he probably could have got away with this. And the whole twisting the arm and the whole assault. Like, man, dude, you already got laid at this point.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
And yeah, in his case.
What are you doing? What are you now trying to prove?
Yeah, peace out at this point. I don't know. And
Not that we condone that kind of thing.
No, we're not condoning it,
No.
but we have to play both sides here.
Observations.
But, I mean, he should have not have sent the emails. Should have not have kept them going, first of all.
Yeah, that's all evidence.
All evidence.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Unbelievable.
Well, you never know, man. He got lucky. It may cost him.
Unbelievable.
But, yeah. So, people, if someone says anything like that to you, you might not want to believe them, and maybe send them to a doctor.
Yeah.
Go for a run, buddy.
Yeah.
Sweat it out.
Sweat it out. Well, I only needed it. What was the quote?
It's an interesting angle, actually, because if you're going to get someone to believe you, that you'd have to say something.
A piece of me's kind of like, wow. I mean, that worked.
He must have been stunned as all.
Yeah, I mean, he must have been, stunned. Well, they were having sex. He's probably like, I can't believe this worked.
No doubt.
I need to see these guys. I need to see the lady. I need to see the gentleman.
We got to.
Sorry, not gentleman. The guy in the story.
Well, the victim, because he was poisoned.
And that's true. They're both.
They're both poisoned. Jeez. All right. I don't know.
And finally,
Don't
ladies.
fall for it, people. Don't fall.
Please. There's a lot of scams out there.
There's a lot of scams. This isn't one of them.
No.
Lottery winner. 3.75 mil. You think that'd be enough to retire? This guy doesn't want to retire. David Primer won nearly $4 million in the lottery 4 years ago. He didn't sit back and relax. He said, "No, I'm still working." Despite having never worked in a restaurant before, he opened the Fifth Ticket restaurant and piano bar named for that winning lotto ticket on Water Street in downtown St. John's. Shouts out St. John's. He says, "I need to stay busy. I need to keep my brain busy. I'm not the type of person to sit down and not do anything at all." So now he's selling part of it, the piano bar, and but it's not lightening his workload. In fact, he wants to work even harder. Primer wants to put forth all his efforts into the restaurant to see the restaurant go through a slumping economy, and hopefully hands over the piano bar to someone who would be able to use it and open it up to get more business there. So basically, this guy, 3.75 million, doesn't want to retire, keeps working every single day. He's got a business that he runs. He's not letting up. What would you do? People, we should put it out to you guys. If you won the million, if you won $3.75 million, would you keep working? And this guy does own his own business, so that is kind of cool.
I like that part. I think if I were to answer the question,
yes, sir,
I'll set it off, ladies and gentlemen.
Set it off.
If I were to win 3.7, close to 4, let's say $4 million. Let's round it up. Yeah. I think I would work, but it would be under my own business.
Right.
I don't think I would like to keep working the 9 to 5, the 8 hours a day under another person's penny kind of thing.
Yeah, totally. And this is what this guy's doing.
I like that.
I like it too. What do you guys think? I think it'd be, obviously he's going to take it, do some investments. But yeah, what do you do? I mean, I think he's a fairly young guy too. Like, he's not super old. Looks like he's probably in his 30s.
Okay.
Maybe late 30s.
What is he talking about? Keeping his mind. What did he say about keeping his mind active?
He wanted to keep busy. So basically, he just says, "I need to stay busy. I need to keep my brain busy. I'm not the type of person to sit down and not do anything." So
read a book, son. Play Sudoku.
Maybe he's not a book reader. Maybe he doesn't like books.
Play some board games.
Yeah,
man.
Do something.
Keep your brain active.
Yeah, invest some of that money, man. Do your thing. But he likes to go to work every day, and
I don't know how many millions it would take for me just to stop just doing anything. Just to sit back and just be like,
I don't know. Like, if you won now at your age now, and you won, let's say $5 million bucks. You could probably invest. You could probably live off the interest pretty easily.
Oh, I'd be investing like crazy.
You invest like crazy, live off the interest in certain investments,
and
you'd probably be fine. You never would have to work. We could do this more.
We do this enough.
We do this enough.
We do it Monday to Friday.
We never do it enough. She told me to pronounce it like Melissa, so it's Alyssa. She said, be your own boss. Some investments, staying busy. The rude dog is checked in. He said he would take you, so both of you will go on tour.
Oh, thanks.
That would be the move if he won.
Thanks.
And Karen says, invest and travel.
I like it.
I agree. I think traveling would be more than buying stuff. I'd like travel.
I like investing in yourself. Invest in your own time, ladies and gentlemen. So, and, if you win a lot of money, if you had that idea, something that you've been putting off, that would be your chance to really explore it. Don't sink all the winnings into it, of course.
No.
Make sure it's a good idea. Talk with some sound-minded people before, jumping in the deep end. Jumping in the
Jumping in the deep end.
A little bit of both.
If you win that money, come talk to us.
We'll take care of you.
We'll guide you in the right direction for a small fee, of course.
We'll need a sponsor for the show, of course.
Most definitely. And a little kickback for us.
Just a little bit.
Not
too much.
For research purposes.
Yeah, $1,000 a day.
Yeah. No big deal.
Yeah, nothing.
You can afford it.
Yeah, whatever.
Come on.
Come on.
I think most people want to stay busy.
I think so too. I mean, there's some you see a lot of those people like your Diddy's, your Gary V's, who just like have hundreds of millions of dollars, and I mean, a lot of people. I think even in Gary V's case, I think he's just more so concerned with his legacy.
Totally.
So he just keeps working. He's not even about the money at this point. He just wants to, how will I be remembered? And
totally.
Yeah.
Irvine in the house.
Shouts out.
Also think before you dump in the deep end. Yes, of course. And the shallow end for that matter. It's good. I like those two comments. Well done. I don't know. I think that's why most people, when they retire, even though they don't retire with millions, but when they retire at 55, 60, whatever, they still need to be doing something. A lot of people go, geez, what am I going to do now? And that's why they pick up a hobby, because what are they going to do, right?
Online gaming, ladies and gentlemen.
Gambling.
And gambling.
Is always the way to go.
Yeah.
Since
you want to talk
Craigslist.
about a good investment? Gambling.
Yeah. Oh, you can't lose.
You cannot lose.
The house never wins.
Literally.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sink all your money into gambling.
We don't condone this.
We do not. Shouts out to Pornhub.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
What kind of gambling?
We're looking for sponsors, man. We're looking for sponsors.
What kind of gambling are you doing on Pornhub?
We'll take any sponsor. No, we won't.
No.
Anyway, good on him. He's a workaholic.
Yeah, I like it. I like that. That drive.
Yeah. Giveaway. How about donations?
Yeah.
That'd be something we'd do a lot of.
Yes.
If we won that. Give away a lot
Got a little donation thing coming up in May. We'll talk about
donations.
We'll talk about that. I'd say closer to May.
Nice.
But working on something already.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah. What do you got going on for tonight? Since this is the end of the show, we're winding it down, ladies and gentlemen.
What am I doing tonight? I don't know. I'm going to go home. I'm going to do a little bit of work. I'm going to do a little dinner. I cook a little chicken up tonight. I'm a chicken guy,
Let me know how the cake tastes over there.
And I'm going to take that cake home. Cheat day was yesterday, but I'll make a little exception.
I got you something for the ladies at the house.
Yeah,
so
trust me,
you
kids
can
will be
split it up.
putting their face in that thing, and trust me, they're going to be into it. I said we went to Vandals the other day, Vandal Donuts.
Yep.
Man, they ran out of donuts. That place is popular, yo.
It's crazy.
Vandal Donuts is the joint.
It's amazing.
Couldn't even get a donut.
Yeah.
But I went at the end of the day, so make sure you get there early.
Yeah.
And shouts out to Burger Week.
Shouts out.
Your Burger Week boy over here.
Number one, the Burger Week billboard boy is
The billboard is tearing it up.
I'm here.
So if you're in town, check out a burger somewhere.
Yeah, it's over 100 places. So
Fill your face.
Yeah, do it up. It's going to a good cause as well.
What are you up to tonight?
This evening, gonna go to the gym after the show. After the gym, gonna run a couple errands, and then go home, catch up on one episode of The Walking Dead, and then, like yourself, probably upload all these episodes and get everything going on iTunes for Talking Trends and download some music.
Nice.
Keep busy, keep the mind busy. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, head over to the YouTube page, or this actually WeTalkingTrends.com. Subscribe, we would really appreciate it. And yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. See a lot of names jumped on here. Really appreciate it, guys.
We do.
And please feel free to let a likey, comment, and share would be nice.
Yes.
And we do it every day.
We are here Monday to Friday, ladies and gentlemen. So if you ever get bored and you want to listen to somewhat of an interesting conversation and jump on, you know where we're at.
Shouts out to Chris for our fine little...
Shouts out to Car Productions. That's KARR Productions, ladies and gentlemen.
See him jumping on there now, yeah.
For listening to the audio version of the show.
Yeah, much appreciated, everybody. We will see you guys tomorrow. Be safe tonight. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, we'll see you guys again.
See you there, ladies and gentlemen.
Peace.
We out.